I don't know what happened at the end of that last video. I went to hit the record button to stop the recording, and instead it expanded. That was so weird. I have no idea what I just did. So ignore that little fluke I did at the end of the last video. I'm just gonna see if I can cut that part out.
What's on your mind?
Oh, it's the new guy.
I don't know. You don't look so impressive to me. I mean, you're no grey fox, but you must be doing something right. Morrowind, of course. Any Dunmer worth their weight in ash would tell you the same. I used to be a member of the Morang Tong. We were an assassin's guild that was sanctioned by the Empire to provide public, as well as private, executions. We did this in the name of Mephala, whom I used to quite fervently worship. No, in fact, the Tong were quite the bitter rivals with the Dark Brotherhood. Where they operate within the shadows, we operated on the side of justice. I didn't have a choice. When the Red Mountain erupted in Morrowind, the Tong fled, spread to the 9 winds. We made a pact that one day we might reunite, but I believe that day is long in coming. Have you taken leave of your senses? If the Dark Brotherhood discovered I had been a Morang Tong, they would have come after me with a vengeance. Better to stay out of sight and ply me trade with the Thieves Guild than risk a contract on me head. I should hope so. The Dark Brotherhood is also known to place contracts on those who associate with the Morang Tong as well. So, unless you wish a visit from one of their own, I'd suggest you follow your own advice and keep your mouth shut. Don't hurry back. I won't be waiting.
Yeah, that was that's what I was talking about before. The assassin group that's rivals with the Dark Brotherhood. I forgot what they were called, but I'm glad that Dark Elf told me. Like I said before, there used to be one group, but then they separated.
Something you need? Anything for the guild?
Actually, I'm here on behalf of the Dark Brotherhood.
Oh, I see. Well, you're making friends all over, ain't ya? So, how's Astrid doing these days? Tell her to stop by sometime. We can have a drink. Catch up. Ah, for business, of course. What kind of business?
What can you tell me about this?
Let's see. Where did you get this? No, don't answer. I don't want to know. This is an amulet of the Emperor's Elder Council, specially crafted for each member, worth a small fortune. Ain't something you give up lightly. Look, it ain't my business to tell the Dark Brotherhood its business. But if you killed a member of the Elder Council, you better believe. By this, an Elder Council amulet? Oh yes indeed. Oh wait, just one moment. Here is a letter of credit, usable by Astrid only, for any service or item I can provide, as per our standard arrangement. You bring that back to your lovely mistress, with my regards.
Now, I don't remember if you can get into trouble for reading this, but Astrid, let me know that this letter is worth 15,000 septons. Holy. Usable only for any goods or services I may provide. As per our usual agreements. You want it, I can get it. Yours always. I don't know if you can get in trouble for reading that one, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Anybody else that's new around there?
Good to see you again, friend.
Oh,
Back from
it's
the
this
job,
guy.
huh? Hope it went well.
We haven't met. It's kind of an amusing tale. I was making my way down the road from Iverstead towards Riften, and I saw Vex fighting off a couple of wolves. Well, there were 8 of them, and she'd already killed 3 by the time I joined the fight. Together, we made short work of them, and the last one limped away licking its wounds. Actually, that's when she politely asked me to hand over my coin purse. Can you imagine? We scuffled for a while, broke each other's weapons, and finally fell to the ground exhausted. Indeed. After a few minutes, she looked me dead in the eye and asked me if I wanted to join the guild. Just like that. No apologies. Something told me I wouldn't regret it. I had heard the guild was back on its feet again, and most of Skyrim under its belt. I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to cross blades with Vex again, but I certainly wouldn't mind a bit of a scuffle. Good luck on your next job.
Naughty, naughty. Isn't that like Vex? He helps her with some wolves and tries to take his coin purse. I wonder how that's how she met Void.
Well, if it isn't the Slayer of the Glenmoral Witches, how can I assist you, companion?
Go fiddling with any locks around here. We're going to have a real problem.
Divine smile on you, friend.
Oh, I also discovered something else today. Speaking of that, the guy who just said divine smile on your friend. Apparently he's having a secret relationship with the wife of the general goods store.
Need a drink? You go to the B&B. Stay out of the ragged flagon. and back, and we'll be off. Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar, the red came riding to right run from all glory.
Oh, that's just a theory. There's a few things that kind of back up the theory, but it's just a theory.
Good, you're back. Well, what did Mallory have to say? Is the amulet authentic? The Elder Council? Oh, now that explains quite a bit. Motier, you naughty, naughty boy. Hiring the Dark Brotherhood to help you rise beyond your station. Delicious. Was Mallory willing to buy the amulet? Splendid. Then we're ready to begin. Or, more specifically, you're ready to begin. After all, you're the one the Night Mother spoke to. Now then, I hope you have something nice to wear, because you're going to a wedding. Well, more like the public reception. It should be a lovely affair. You'll mingle with the guests, eat some cake, stab the bride. Oh yes, you've got to kill the bride at her wedding. And they say romance is dead. Her name is Vittoria Vici. She oversees the East Empire Company's business holdings in Solitude. The wedding is being held in that city, at the Temple of the Divines. Her death will cause an uproar, which is exactly what we want. Vici is likely to address her guests frequently, as is the wedding custom. Kill her when she does that, and I promise you a significant bonus. Now go, and give my best to the bride. An excellent question. Vittoria Vici is the first cousin to our dear Emperor, Titus Mede II. Vici has obvious imperial connections. Her husband has ties to the Stormcloaks. Their union is a step toward reconciliation. So if there's a murder at the wedding, not only will it stall the peace process, it will send shockwaves throughout the entire empire. The Emperor's hand will be forced. He'll have to travel to Skyrim to deal with the aftermath. And he'll find the Dark Brotherhood waiting. He had a trip to Skyrim planned for months, and cancelled at the last minute, much to his cousin's dismay. Seems the Emperor realized his presence would necessitate a more direct role in the ongoing hostilities, a role he was obviously unwilling to take. All that will change with his cousin's murder. Everyone will think it was motivated by the conflict, between the Imperial Legion and Stormcloaks. And the Emperor will be forced to come clean up the mess. Off to Solitude with you. Time to give the Emperor some real motivation to visit Skyrim.
And look at that, the dagger's up there, so that's supposed to be like, my guess is the big dots of the keeps and stuff. That one is Windhound. That one is up there, so you just put one in Solitude. That one was Makha. And then that one down there would be Ripton. That one in the corner would be Whiterun. That would be Dawnstar. Not Whiterun, Winterhold. Winterhold would be in the corner. That would be Dawnstar. In the middle would be Whiterun. Down there would be Felgrave. And that one would be Makha. To stand up to 50 cats pretty soon, but I'm afraid if I stand up, I'm gonna bump the table again. Whoa! Where did this thing come from? I hate it when things just plop right in front of you like that. That's just scary. Show you guys what I was talking about before.
What do you need?
It better not be a dragon attacker, because this is a bad time. I was looking at. If you look at your way up here, on top of this platform, yes, it's a rock right here. You come across this head. Alright. I'm waiting to her and her husband will make their way up here on top of this building here to do a speech. As they do. Well, she'll make the speech. And when she does, I'm going to push this on top of her head and crush her. Normally, what I normally do is I get behind them and follow them inside the balcony and I kill her by stabbing her in the back. But when I saw you could do it this way in that video this morning, I thought this would be a lot more fun. Taking our time. Oh, here they come, here they come, here they come. I didn't know there was another way to do this. I just knew, every time I just kind of followed her into the balcony and stabbed her in the back.
My husband Aesgear and I thank you for coming to our reception. Thank you.
Victoria! No!
Someone do something. The bride has been murdered! Somebody help!
I didn't know you could do it that way. I think that was a little bit more fun. The bride gets crushed.
Astrid ordered me to keep an eye on you. Figured you could use a hand in the chaos, but I'll try to help as best I can. You get back to the sanctuary. What was that?
Staying safe, I hope. Trouble.
Focus on your arm.
She's dead. On my watch. This won't stand. She's dead. On my... What was that? Time to end this little game.
By Spear, you won't leave here alive.
That's the yell!
What happened?
Looks like the family wasn't very happy after what I did, and then they attacked me. Oh, that means if I get a job at their house, I can't do it because they're dead. Oh well.
We'll meet back up at the sanctuary. I'll be fine.
Here today.
I didn't go up to here where the bride was crushed. Because if you actually do it the way I normally do it, is not only do you got those guys after you, but you also got the guards after you because they actually saw you do it. Oh, fuck. But make sure that before you get to this point, you help out that woman in the market for her spices.
Stay out of trouble, Khajiit.
I'm not curious though. Why do I have a bounty on my head of 1,040 gold? Where did I get that from? Was that just now when I killed her? Because if it was just now, the guards would be up my butt trying to arrest me. And nobody actually saw me loosen the gargoyle. I was crouching the whole time. So nobody saw, and they didn't see the person who did that. Before they knew, it could have been a terrible accident. that's where Dragon Bridge is. Okay.
The news is everywhere. Vittoria Vici, the Emperor's cousin, butchered at her own wedding. Well done. Let's see His Eminence try to ignore this. With Vici's murder, you've started us down a path the Dark Brotherhood hasn't traveled in centuries. The assassination of an emperor. And now your reward. A unique spell to summon a legend of the Dark Brotherhood. His soul serves us now in death, as his body once did in life. Unfortunately, in your zeal, you failed to eliminate Vici while she addressed her guests as directed. I'm sorry, but your bonus is forfeit. Now then, time to proceed to the next stage.
What are you talking
plan.
about? Of course
Go and
she
speak
was...
with Gabriella. She's been helping me arrange your next contract.
I did kill her while she was addressing her guests. So we talk about a personal upfront kill. I think getting crushed by a gargoyle statue was a lot more funny.